What is going on, everyone? It's your boy Keaton back with another video. As I get into my Week 9 NFL predictions, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe. Link is in the description below. So let's not waste any time here. Let's get into these picks. Last week went 14-2, which is my best week ever. As every NFL team played last week, no team was on a bye last week. So I was able to stack up these wins. And now, like I said, that was just a great week there. Season 71-49, which is pretty good. So let's continue to get that record up even more and continue stacking up these wins. Teams on the bye this week: Denver Broncos, Detroit Lions, San Francisco 49ers, Jacksonville Jaguars. Thursday Night Football edition, we have the Tennessee Titans traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Steelers are favored by 3. Tennessee Titans coming off of a win at home against the Falcons 20-23. Obviously, Will Levis was the starter in that game. He played pretty well. They did really good passing the ball in the air in that game against the Falcons defense. So, they got a lot of good things going in that game there. The Steelers coming off of a loss at home to Jacksonville 20-10. Obviously, Kenny Pickett was injured in that game with a rib injury. Trubisky came in, didn't really do much with the offense there. Pittsburgh couldn't really get anything going throughout that entire game and stuff like that. But looking at this game, I think there's not much game footage on Will Levis. So I think what's going to end up happening is the Steelers, they're going to stack the box against Derrick Henry, and I think they're going to slow him down. They're going to make things really hard on Will Levis, obviously. So, I think Pittsburgh's defense will do their job, but their offense is going to have to try to be more consistent and put up more points. And I just don't know if their offense can put up the points, but I do trust the Steelers defense here against a Titans team who obviously have Will Levis under center. But overall in this game, I like the Steelers to win 19-17, a low-scoring game. I don't think there's going to be much offense in this game. Steelers, short week being at home. I think they have the advantage here over the Titans. So give me the Steelers here in 19-17. Next game, we have the Miami Dolphins against the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 2.5. This game's in Germany. Dolphins coming off of a dominant win over the New England Patriots, 31-17. Obviously, Dolphins continue to show, why they're the team beating the AFC East. I obviously think they're the best team in that division right now. The only question I have with them is, can they beat a team like the Chiefs? This is an elite team. Dolphins have yet to prove that they can beat an elite team. They lost to the Eagles the week prior. So this is an opportunity for the Dolphins to go up against Patrick Mahomes, and this game's a chance to get the number 1 seed in the AFC. So we'll see what happens in that. The Chiefs coming off of a bad loss at Denver, 24-9. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes had the flu. He did not play well in that game. Did not look like himself. This Chiefs offense obviously struggled the entire game. The defense obviously had a not so good day. Russell Wilson had a pretty good day against the Chiefs defense, passing the ball, and stuff like that. But overall, I just think the main reason they lost is I think the Chiefs kind of overlooked the Broncos and it came back to bite them in the end. But overall in this game, I'm going with the Chiefs to win 27-23. I just think they will bounce back. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to have 2 bad weeks in a row. I think he's going to be motivated to bounce back against a Dolphins team, who's still giving up points on that side of the ball. I know Jalen Ramsey is back on that side. He had an interception last week against the Patriots. But, until the Dolphins prove to me that they can beat an elite team, I'm just going to pick the Chiefs here. I think they're just a better team right now than the Dolphins. So it should be a good game. So 27-23 Chiefs. Next game, we have the Minnesota Vikings at the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons favored by 4.5. Minnesota got a win last week at Green Bay, 24-10. They won, but they also lost Kirk Cousins with an Achilles injury that takes him out for the season, which is a big blow to the Vikings offense. Obviously, they don't have Justin Jefferson, which doesn't help their cause. They're losing a lot of offense there with those two players being out. The Atlanta Falcons obviously losing to the Titans 28-23 in Tennessee last week. Obviously, Desmond Ridder was benched in that game. Uh, the Falcons obviously had a chance to win. They just weren't able to make the plays down the stretch. They weren't able to stop Will Levis in that Titans offense. The Falcons did a poor job letting the receivers of the Titans, like DeAndre Hopkins, get behind the defense and scoring touchdowns throughout the game. I don't really like this Falcons team right now. I don't really like the way they're playing right now, but they're getting the break here this week with Kirk Cousins being out and Justin Jefferson. So I'm gonna keep this short here. I like the Falcons to win 23-17. I just think they're obviously on paper they're a better football team right now than the Vikings. Vikings are dealing with injuries obviously, so not much to say about this game. I just think the Falcons will be able to bounce back after a loss last week. So give me the Falcons 23-17. Next game, we have the Arizona Cardinals traveling to the Cleveland Browns. Browns are favored by 8. Cardinals coming off of a loss at home to the Baltimore Ravens, 31-24. Dobbs was benched in that game. He did not play well, obviously. The Arizona Cardinals were down early in that game. They got themselves back into the game, but it was a little bit too late. They just didn't get off to a good start. They waited too late to try to go on the run there. The Cleveland Browns, obviously, coming off of a loss at Seattle, 24-20. I thought the Cleveland Browns obviously put themselves in position to win the game. Just the Seattle defense obviously played pretty well in that game. Holding the Browns team to only 20 points. Made PJ Walker made things a little bit difficult for him in the offense to get anything going. But at the end of the day, the Browns still put themselves in position to win. They just weren't able to get the stops that they need. Seattle obviously were down with just a minute to go, and they scored under a minute, and then obviously the Browns had a chance to go down and try to get a touchdown. It just didn't happen there. But overall, this game, I like the Cleveland Browns 23-13. I like them to bounce back here at home. There's rumors about Kyler Murray potentially playing in this game. I don't think it really will make a difference. I think the Browns, you're going to see a pissed off Browns team, especially on the defense. I think they're going to get after that Cardinals offense. So give me the Browns here, 23-20 in Cleveland. Next game, we have the Los Angeles Rams at the Green Bay Packers. Packers are favored by 3. The Rams are coming off of a blowout loss at Dallas, 43-20. Obviously, the Rams offense couldn't get anything going in that game against a really good Cowboys defense. Cowboys, they showed why they're one of the best defenses in the league. Getting after Matthew Stafford, getting a few picks. And Dak Prescott obviously had a really good day against the Rams defense. So overall, the Rams just played just very bad on all sides of the ball. They just couldn't get anything going. They started off poorly, and they kind of got themselves back into it a little bit by scoring before half, but it just didn't make a difference. Cowboys still kept their foot on the gas and just put it to the Rams there. Green Bay coming off a home loss to the Vikings, 24-10. Same old story with the Packers. Their offense just can't get anything going. I really think after the Saints game where they were down, they came back. Really after that game, their offense has just been very, very bad, just week in and week out. I'm not sure what's going on with this offense. Jordan Love's not playing well, obviously. And this Packers team is, they're trending in the wrong direction here. But overall in this game, I like the Rams 24-17. Assuming Matthew Stafford plays, I'm not sure what the status of him. It says day to day, but knowing Stafford, I think he's going to tough it out. I think he's going to play in this game. So give me the Rams here, 24-17 at Green Bay. I just think they're a much better team right now than the Packers are. Next game, we have the Washington Commanders at the New England Patriots. Patriots favored by 3. Commanders coming off a loss at home to the Eagles, 38-31. High-scoring game. Obviously, the Eagles or not the Eagles, the Commanders obviously were leading that game at some point, and they put themselves in position, competing against a really good Eagles team. Um, I just think the turnovers obviously really cost them, especially late in the game. That just gave Eagles life, and the Eagles were able to capitalize off of their turnovers. And Washington continues to obviously have those turnovers in the most inopportune time. Um, so until they fix that, they're going to continue to lose games. The New England Patriots coming off of a loss down in Miami, 31-17. No surprises there. New England normally struggles in Miami every year. They did get off to a 7-0 start, but then didn't really do anything the rest of the game. Mac Jones had an interception that was picked off by Jalen Ramsey. Before the half, Patriots could have gotten some points before the half, and just a momentum killer there. Um, their offense has looked okay. Obviously, they got a big win last week against Buffalo, but the momentum didn't really carry down in Miami. But overall in this game, I just think it's going to come down to coaching, and I think Bill Belichick is going to find a way to, Sam Howell is considered a rookie. You know how Bill Belichick is against rookie quarterbacks. But overall here, I like the Patriots to bounce back here 21-17. I just think they're a better football team. Obviously, I think the defense is going to get after Sam Howell, make things difficult. On that end, for him, the offense, Bill Belichick is obviously a better coach. I think he's going to outcoach Ron Rivera. And Patriots are going to find a way to win, even though they are dealing with a lot of injuries, obviously. Kendrick Bourne being out with a torn ACL, which it's a big blow. He's one of the best receivers on the offense. But no, I think the Patriots defense will be able to hold down against a Washington team who's been pretty inconsistent. So give me the Patriots 21-17 at home. Next up, we have the Chicago Bears at the New Orleans Saints. Saints favored by 7. Chicago coming off of a loss at the Chargers 30-13. Couldn't get anything going offensively in that game. They just they had a big win last week against the Raiders. And they just couldn't carry the momentum down at the Chargers, who have also been struggling recently as well. Not much to say about the Bears. They just didn't show up, and like I said, I think reality set in against the Chargers team. So the Saints obviously coming off of a win at the Colts, 38-27. This Saints offense has been playing pretty well recently. They've been put up a lot of points. The defense has been, I figured the defense would play a little bit better, holding teams to low scoring averages, but they're still giving up. They're giving up a lot of points on that side. But at the end of the day, Derek Carr had a pretty good game against the Colts. I think the Saints defense obviously forced Gardner Minshew into some turnovers, which they definitely capitalized on in that game. But I was hoping the Saints defense would be a little bit better by not giving up so many points on that side. But the offense is stepping up and stuff like that. But overall, between these two teams, this game's in New Orleans. I like the Saints here, 27-17. I just don't think the Bears have enough offense to be able to keep up. I think the Saints defense will be able to get after the Bears offense here. Like I said, I think being at home, I think the defense will play a lot better at home. So give me the Saints here, 27-17 at home. Next game, we have the Seattle Seahawks at the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens favored by 5.5. Seahawks coming off of a win at home, 24-20 against the Cleveland Browns. I really like the way the Seahawks came out in the game. They really got after the Browns offense on the defensive side. Geno Smith had a really good game offensively. The Seahawks team, they definitely are taking advantage of, the wins, and also with the 49ers losing again, they take control of the NFC West. That puts them at the 2 seed as of right now. So things are definitely changing in the NFC and the NFC West. So the Seahawks, they continue to put themselves in good positions and to stack up these wins, man. They can definitely take over in this division, and that definitely changes a lot, especially in the outlook of the NFC. So They got a lot of momentum going there. Ravens coming off of a win at Arizona, 31-24. I'm not going to really get into this game much. This game was a more of a blowout. Don't let the score um, trick you. Is 31-24. This game was a blowout. They were up a lot more than what they were. They obviously gave up garbage time touchdowns to the Cardinals. Obviously, they really blew out the Cardinals in reality. Lamar had a good game on that side. Cardinals, they had no answers for Lamar. The defense obviously played pretty well, obviously, other than giving up those touchdowns towards the end of the game. But like I said, not much to say. Ravens are one of the top teams in the AFC right now, and like I said, if they continue to win, and the way the Chiefs are, the way they're playing right now, they can continue to lose there, and then the Ravens continue to stack up these wins. They find themselves on top of the AFC, so it's getting very interesting on top of the conference there. But overall, between these two teams, I like the Ravens a little bit more here. I like the Ravens 28-23 at home. I just think Lamar Jackson's going to continue. Like I said earlier, I think he's on a mission. I think he's definitely in the run to win MVP. This Ravens team is really, really good with the receivers, Trey Flowers, and all those guys on the offensive side. Lamar continues to do good things with the football, with his legs. I just don't think Seattle is going to have an answer for Lamar. I think Lamar is going to have a pretty good day on that side. So give me the Ravens here, 20-23. Should be a really good game here. Next game, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Houston Texans. Texans favored by 2.5. Tampa Bay coming off of a loss at Buffalo, 24-18. A game that they probably should have won if Godwin would have turned around a little bit earlier. He probably would have caught that, and they probably would have been walking off with a W there, and stuff like that. Not much to say about their game. They weren't able to really do much in the first half of that game, but they got things rolling a little bit, especially in that fourth quarter. That put themselves back in the game. So, but Tampa Bay's got to get off to a much quicker starts than what they have been. Texans coming off of a bad loss at Carolina, 16-15. They lost the game on the last second field goal. Their offense just struggled the whole game. I'm not sure what happened with C.J. Stroud in the offense. I just think it's one of those games where they kind of overlooked Carolina. Like I said earlier, they just kind of overlooked Carolina. They just couldn't get anything going offensively, and just kept Carolina in the game. Just gave them more confidence, and Carolina was able to capitalize on the last second field goal. So not much to say about that game, but Houston just didn't take advantage of the momentum that they had the week prior and stuff like that. But overall in this game, the way Tampa Bay looked, I like the way even though they lost at Buffalo, they still had a chance to beat the Bills in the last second. But overall in this game, I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to bounce back 2017. I just think their defense can frustrate C.J. Stroud on offense a little bit, and keep it low scoring. Baker Mayfield, I think he will have a much better game this week. So I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here, 2017 in Houston. Next game, we have the Indianapolis Colts at the Carolina Panthers. Colts favored by 2.5. Colts coming off of a loss at home to the New Orleans Saints, 38-27. It's the Cardinals, or not the Cardinals, Colts defense is obviously giving up a lot of points on that side of the ball. Gardner Minshew is continuing to turn the ball over, trying to do too much with the football instead of making a simple play, that type of deal. And yeah, I mean, just the Colts offense is doing their part. I think they're putting up points. I just think the defense is just a little bit of let down right now. I think like I said, they're giving up too many points on that side. I think they need to do a better job with playing better defense and that type of deal there. Carolina, like I said, coming off of a loss or a win against the Houston Texans, 16-15. Carolina got their first win of the season. I think that definitely gives them confidence. Going into this game right here, Bryce, gives Bryce Young confidence. Carolina obviously, they definitely needed that win. Obviously they've been struggling like crazy weeks before this, but overall in this game, Despite the Carolina Panthers getting a win here, I still like the Colts to win 22-16 here. I just think, Jonathan Taylor, I think he's going to have a big day in the run game. Yeah, I think Gardner Minshew will play better against a Carolina team who is struggling offensively. They're not putting up a lot of points. So overall in this game, just giving the Colts here 22-16 here. Next game, we have the New York Giants at the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders favored by 3 points. The Giants coming off of a loss at home to the Jets, 13-10. Very ugly game. Not much offense in that game. The Giants continue to show you why this is one of the worst offenses in the league. They're only averaging about 12 points per game. Going up against the Jets defense, we know the Jets defense is really good, but I expect the Giants to put up a little bit more points on that side, but they just didn't do it. They just struggled the whole game against the Jets. Couldn't get anything going on that side of the ball. Defense did their part by holding the Jets to 13 points, but their offense obviously couldn't do anything the whole game. They still had a chance to win. Obviously, they missed the field goal towards the end there that gave Jets field position to go down and tie the game and get into overtime, things that deal. But they just weren't able to capitalize on offense. The Raiders coming off a Monday night loss at Detroit, 26-14. Yeah, I mean, they had some flashes in that game where Jimmy Garoppolo was able to get the ball down the field, but they just weren't able to, other than that, they just weren't able to get anything else going the rest of the game. The Lions defense, you have to give them credit. They were able to get after Jimmy Garoppolo, get some sacks on him. Devontae Adams missed some key catches. Obviously, seeing his frustration on the sideline, just not able to get anything going on that side of the ball. Which like I said, I think there's a chance he might get traded at the deadline or even after the season, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens there. Not much to say about them either. No, Raiders aren't that good football team. So, but between these two teams here, I like the Vegas Raiders to bounce back here, 20-12. I just don't think the Giants have enough offense to be able to win the game. I think the Vegas Raiders have a little bit more offensively, even though they are playing bad too. Devontae Adams, I think he'll make a few more plays, for his team. So give me the Raiders here, 20-12 at home. Really good game here. NFC East matchup. We have the Dallas Cowboys traveling to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are favored by 3. Cowboys coming off a dominant performance at home against the Rams, 43-20. Like I said, Dak Prescott had a really good day passing the ball. Their defense was on the money. They got their Matthew Stafford, frustrated him throughout the entire game, got a pick on him. That game kind of reminded me a little bit of that. When they play the Patriots at home, even though the Patriots only scored 3 points, they got a pick early in the game and just set the tone for the rest of the game. Even though the Rams did score before the half, it didn't really make much of a difference. Cowboys just kept their foot on the gas. They really took it to the Rams and just made things difficult for that offense the whole game. The Eagles coming off of a win, high-scoring win at the Washington Commanders, 38-31. Obviously, the Eagles were able to they were able to make the plays in that game, and they took advantage of the Commanders' turnovers and turned into points. I would like to see the defense play a little bit better. They did give up a lot of points on that side of the ball, but at the end of the day, they did get a big time NFC East win. That puts them at 6-2, obviously. But in this game here, like I said, Dallas is going to have to, Dak Prescott. It's going to come down to him. Can he have a big time game against a really good team, a really good opponent like the Eagles? You're the Cowboys. You have a solid defense. If you want to get through the NFC into the Super Bowl, you got to be able to beat teams like the Eagles, the 49ers, those type of teams. But until I see it from Dallas, until I see it from Dak Prescott, until I see he can actually beat a great team, I'm still going to roll with the Eagles here, 27-20. I just think the Eagles being at home has the advantage. I think the Eagles defense will get some sacks on Dak Prescott and stuff like that. But, I just think the Eagles are just a better football team. I think these teams will split during the season, but Eagles being at home here, I just think the Eagles continue this momentum, especially with the 49ers losing again. I think the Eagles are going to take advantage of that. They're going to win 27-20. That keeps them on top of the NFC at the moment. Sunday night game, we have the Buffalo Bills traveling to the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals are favored by 3. Yeah, I mean the Buffalo Bills. Obviously, they got to win at home against Tampa Bay Buccaneers last Thursday night, 24-18. Obviously, the offense did look a little bit better. Obviously, did against the Patriots. But I just think I'm still not really impressed with what I'm seeing from this team. They got to win, but I really felt like they should have won by more if they were just able to get the offense going a little bit more. I just think they let Tampa Bay hang in throughout that game, especially in that fourth quarter. They let Tampa Bay back in the game and um, kept things close, and they almost lost that game. If Chris Godwin would have turned around just a tad sooner, he probably would have caught that, and Bills probably would be sitting here at 4-4 right now. But no, they were able to escape with a big time win. They definitely needed that win after losing the Patriots last week or the week prior. Um, but it's just gonna be down. Can Josh Allen continue to not put the ball in harm's way, continue to make good decisions with the football? Obviously, I know the defense is still dealing with injuries on that side, but they definitely they held Tampa Bay to 18 points, so that's pretty good there. Cincinnati coming off of a big time win at San Francisco, 31-17. That was a statement game for the Cincinnati Bengals. We're seeing Joe Burrow obviously is healthier and healthier now. He's connecting with his receivers, um, and stuff like that. Jamar Chase obviously is getting going on the offense. The Bengals defense obviously played really well against Brock Purdy, making things difficult for that offense on the side of San Francisco. You know, they just, like I said, they just got after Brock Purdy, and I think like I said, it's just a statement win for the Bengals. They're, like I said, they're 4-3 right now, and they're definitely in the mix for the AFC North. And like I said, they started off 0-2 earlier, and people were counting them out, and then they just started stacking up these wins. And Joe Burrow got healthier during the bye week, which was huge for them. So, you know, Burrow continues to play the way he's playing, man. Like I said, the Cincinnati Bengals is a dangerous team. So, but between these two teams here, I just trust the Cincinnati Bengals a little more. Give me them to win. Give me the Bengals to win 27-24 at home. This is a Sunday night game. I just think the Bengals, like I said, they're playing really well right now. The Bills are still, even though they are winning, the Bills are still a little bit shaky, especially on the offensive side. I still think they're a little bit vanilla with the play calling. Um, I just trust the coaching more on the Cincinnati Bengals. So 27-24 there. Should be a really good game on Sunday Night Football. Last game of the week, we have the Los Angeles Chargers at the New York Jets. Chargers are favored by 3. Chargers coming off a dominant win against the Bears, 30-13. Justin Herbert had a really good game on the offense. Austin Eckler, and those guys had a really good game as well against the Bears defense, who didn't have an answer for the Chargers offense throughout that entire game. Um, The only thing I still question with this Chargers team is the coaching. Brandon Staley, there's people that are saying that they want him gone, um, and stuff like that. So, like I said, if they continue to stink up the joint with the coaching on the coaching side, there's a chance he will be gone. But like I said, the Chargers had a bounce back win against the Bears, bad Bears team. So not much else to say there. The Jets obviously coming off of a low scoring win at the Giants, 13-10. Obviously, the Jets they got kind of lucky in that game because all the Giants had to do was, they had basically had the game won, and they just couldn't get anything going, especially on the offense side. Giants missed the field goal, and the Jets were able to capitalize um, off of the missed field goal, and Zach Wilson was able to get his team on the field, make the field goal, and they eventually won in overtime. So the Jets offense, I would like to see more consistency with the offense. I think the defense is doing their part, but the question is this sustainable for the Jets? Can they continue to win with their defense, with their offense not being able to capitalize, and stuff like that? So we'll see what happens there. But overall in this game, give me the Chargers 17-16. I just think they have a little bit more offense. I know the Jets defense is really good, but I think Justin Herbert will make a little bit more plays. I just like the Chargers offense more in this game than I do with the Jets, even though I don't trust the Chargers coaching staff. But I think this will be a big win for the Chargers to keep them afloat in the AFC West. So I like them to win 17-16 in New York. Now I'll do it for my Week 9 NFL predictions. Comment your picks below, like, share, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoy the games this weekend, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.